Hey everyone, Wanderbots here. Let's go beat this game.
This is no time to dawdle.
No, I don't want to talk to you. I want to sprint.
I'm right behind you.
You don't understand, do you? The power of Tirnock is rewritten. Yes! Return to your grave! Crumble, child of dust!
So he's split up into multiple parts, which I then proceed to murder pretty damn fast. So in the last episode, I made note that I was actually taking damage. It's because I had forgotten to turn on this shield. This shield is redonkulous.
Are those all traps?
Landmines. You know what? Easiest way to do this is just to march towards him slowly with a shield. And
where is he?
He's floating above. Like a silly widget. Let's see if I can hit him with the greatsword and stun him. Because that would be convenient. Here, when we get him down to like a third health, I'm going to switch into Fate mode and see if I can really wallop him then.
Have the most epic ending.
Yeah. Well, I think you still, regardless of if you're in Fate mode. Okay, time. Oh shoot, he did the thing.
The real one's over there.
Lend me your power!
He's got a cool crown.
There,
I gotta give him that. Nope. It didn't let me.
I'm wondering, something's not right. If Gadflow isn't here, then he must be hiding further underground, someplace closer to the source of the Prismere.
We were too hasty.
You needn't try to impress me, you know. Not anymore. Besides, we don't have time. Whatever bargain Gadflow made with Tirnock, it's about to pay off. When that happens, the world will suffer her wrath. She's imprisoned deep in the Amethyst, but Gadflow's war has weakened her bonds. There's no time to spare. If she gets free, our world is lost. In the heart of Alabastra is the former unseelie city of Baal. Beneath the Winter King's court, there is the cave of Amethyst. It's a place of tremendous power. It is where Tirnock is imprisoned, and where you died. Let's go.
What about my pass?
Oh, shoot, yeah, I can actually ask her. Well, first I'm gonna grab the treasure and I will be able to ask her next time she's, like, standing somewhere. Which is not that uncommon.
Hopefully.
So, I also went and upgraded all of our equipment that was missing upgrades, so we now have a Prismere shield and Prismere pants. So we are the full package now.
But our shoes look different. They don't look Prismere. Oh, I see, they are.
Yep.
Just only from the front.
Yeah, from the back they look kind of just like boots. Which is fine. Just boots. Pretty.
Tirnock is held captive deep in the Amethyst, but her prison is weakening by the moment.
Get back here. I need to talk to you about things.
We should have done that instead of just...
Full of fate. What have you brought?
It's okay. We'll get our chance.
Or not.
We're close.
There we go.
Okay, fine.
A close friend once told me, strive to be whatever you want to be. Fate might be a lie, but if it isn't, then worrying about it won't change a thing. We were two of the people who were supposed to keep Tirnock hidden from the world. Anyone who learned too much had to die. But when Gadflow found her, you were the one who volunteered to kill her. It took every trick we had to get you here the first time.
We've already heard that.
Yeah, I don't know why it was renewed.
Yeah, why it was reset to basic white.
So much. Let's have a taste, shall we?
It's a splinter of you? Did she extract it from you?
Yep.
She just tore out a part of the fates you've stolen and turned it against you. Perhaps it is not inaccurate to think of her as a god.
Eek. Lots of stuff to loot. Why is there so much loot in the final dungeon? I don't know, whenever you hit the final dungeon in the game, it feels like it should just be like, maybe like one super powerful artifact style weapon, but otherwise it's simply, you know, straight to finish, and this is just littered with stuff. Like, look, treasure chests in every crevice. Literally. I mean, maybe at the end of this...
items are supposed to be better.
Yeah, supposed to be. I guess that makes sense. No.
Imprisoned here since before your kind emerged from the now, my freedom draws near.
I wonder if the... Oh, you know what? It's sending each of the,
Types.
trees at us, yeah.
We cannot let Gadflow free Tirnock.
So, she sent, Might at us first, and then Finesse, and then the last should be...
Unless they do all the other combinations.
Sorcery. Oh yeah, the combos. Speaking of, I hope we level up soon.
God flows prayers, but he is not the one who set free.
Well, looks like it. We're not even close to leveling up, though.
Don't listen. You're the only one who has the power to stop her.
Yeah, so it sounds like maybe we're the ones that set her free. By accident.
When you first came to me, death was your only and you were so eager to play your role.
Okay, now we have to fight two of them. Not like a combo one, but just simply one might, one sorcery. Why am I suddenly incredibly cold? This is weird.
This is your end.
I think the heat may have turned off a little.
Okay, that would make sense. Here.
What? You expect me to do lockpicking?
That's not very hard, but no.
You chose this? What does she mean by that?
I think she's just trying to turn us against each other. That was my bet. Oh, what? Come on.
The last.
Yeah, I hate that. You hit the, like, very last bit, and it's just like, nope. Yeah, so we're getting a bunch of, like, set items, so I assume this would be the place to refresh your gear if you weren't crazy and had maxed out all of your skills. Oh well, not so bad.
I gave you freedom, and now you have freedom, and now mine.
Only you have the power to reseal Tirnock inside the Amethyst. I must keep the secret of her existence from the world. Once Tirnock is pushed back into her prison, these caverns must be sealed. But that leaves one question. Can I trust you to keep Tirnock's secret?
Well, considering we haven't said a gosh darn word in this entire game, yes. I'm gonna ask why.
There are things in this world that must remain hidden. If the power of the dragons were widely known, well, you've seen what has happened here. Gadflow tapped a fraction of her power. He upset the great cycle of the Fae and waged a genocidal war on the young races. Just coming in contact with her power managed to free you from fate's bonds. And if you can turn that freedom against her, she will have no power over Amalur. Nothing like you has ever existed before. As always, there's no way of knowing your future. If you're victorious, it may be the last time you change the fate of the world. Even if you fall back into fate's weave once her influence is gone from this world, it will be a far better fate than what Tirnock's emergence would bring.
You know what would be a hilarious secret last boss to this game? R.A. Salvatore.
Nah.
It'd be funny.
That is excellent. After all that you've done, it would have been a shame for you to die a second time. If you do escape, I will be watching you. And know this, anyone who learns the truth of what happens here, I will silence myself. Go. Stop Tirnock from fully entering this world. But remember, my blades will always be at your back.
I don't like her.
No, not really. Ooh, fate splinters.
Tirnock's power is immense. She just tore off a splinter of what you could have been and turned it against you. When she killed you, that much power must have torn you free of the entire tapestry of fate. This way.
I'm gonna stop and just take in the sights just a little bit, because I never really mentioned, but this cave also uses a fairly unique tile set. I kind of like the look of it.
It's more of the rock and the reds.
I wish you could look down better, but not so good. Yeah, it's definitely got the red-blue color scheme, but like, look at this door. That's a unique door.
Back now.
How much more of this do we freaking have?
I suppose that's the last chamber. Why do you have a straightaway?
I don't know. Interesting question. Better hurry, though. Otherwise, we are going to have a bladder emergency on our hands.
That's just because you don't go to the bathroom.
Bring me your power. Sacrifice yourself and seal the fate of your world. Seal the fate of your world.
See, I snapped.
To choose your fate.
Yep, I snapped earlier because it's going to be one of those choices.
Oh, an actual
Sort of cutscene.
Amethyst lies beyond. This is where the dragon will breach the veil.
Come forward, mortals. Behold the birth of Tirnock. Attend your final hour.
My fate does not lie beyond those doors. You alone may change what is to come. Go!
Kind of a nice silhouette going on there.
Nah.
I wasn't even thinking of that. I was just thinking like the silhouetting with the light and stuff. You're the one thinking dirty thoughts.
No, it's just that your character was silhouetted, but so was hers, and it's just like, I don't want to see her doing the whole hip thing.
I do the hip thing.
Welcome back, mortal. How does it feel, I wonder, to return to this place? Does the pain of your death still linger? Can you feel it echo through the air? And now, in this place, you shall witness the birth of Tirnock, the destruction of the Alpha, and the dawn of the endless winter.
He looks freaky.
She comes. Tirnock the powerful. Tirnock the merciful.
I guess he dies.
Quella fella Tirnock. Quella sera Tirnock.
And then she munches on him.
I was really hoping the merciful, and then she just eats him. Hey, it's Smaug. Let's see what his look like.
Ooh. Yep. Whoa, that's the largest dragon I've ever seen in anything.
Tirnock? Have I done well, lady? Are you pleased? Did I?
You have served your purpose.
But I have so much more to give.
Eesh. Oh, there he goes.
Yep.
And now, faithless one, you shall serve yours.
Okay. First, I want to do a thing. Because we have a spell I haven't shown off yet, and I want to use it against her. Oh, yes. Clear slot elemental rage, and then... Because the thing is, a lot of my basic abilities are kind of useless against her, so I guess let's... Yeah, it takes away all my fate power. Yep. Neat. I've never used that spell before.
Uh-oh, watch out.
You mean just block?
Still, that is a huge dragon.
Yeah, that is a very large dragon. Is there... How am I supposed to hit her specifically?
Yeah, that's what what I'm wondering. I mean, she's drooling a lot. Oh, she's doing something different.
It like goes into, oh, I bet I'm trying to get all my fate power back.
To use against her.
Because she drains some of it away, but now she's not draining any more of it.
She likes clipping you with her horns.
Yep. Now, I'm not entirely clear what happens next. Okay, no, not fate mode. Maybe when she comes in to clip me with her horns, I'm supposed to go into fate mode and hit her. That seems like the only thing that makes sense. Yep.
Ooh, wow. Now, slashy slash! Whoa, did you just jump to a different platform?
Looks like it. Yeah, so she steals a couple of our, like, fate fragments. Eee. Used chain on me. Luckily, like, nothing hurts me, still. I guess they hurt me just barely.
As long as you still block.
Even our fire breath is largely kind of...
Oh, hey, you got pretty much most of your fate back.
Almost all of it. Not all of it, though. Kind of an odd segment. You just have to kind of wait until things happen. Because block is, like, indomitable in this game. So I bet by the end of it, we're gonna have one more segment where we have to fight, like, all 3 splinters of fate. And that'll be it.
Yeah, sheesh.
I'm liking this, though. Like, complain as you want about dragons being the final boss, but, like, it works.
I just wish there were more boss battles like this.
Yeah, in this game especially, against, like, very big creatures.
Yeah, because all the previous bosses were just wail on human characters, wail on creatures.
Yeah. And I'm mostly okay with it, honestly. Yep, we have to fight all 3 splinters of fate now. As well as, like, her nuking me. But since I'm so over-geared, nothing is
She has no
challenged
tongue.
anymore.
This is disturbing.
Well, she doesn't?
As far as I see.
I think we got munched. Oh, there we are. Problem is, we kind of blend in the into the surroundings because we are also red.
Yep.
Yeah, she doesn't have a tongue. Freaky. What does she eat? Straight in the
Be like
laser.
Magic. That's a lot of dragons devour just magic. A! There's an A symbol on it.
I'm working on it. Gotta get over there. Oh, I gotta be in position.
You're throwing shards at her. Go!
Got it.
Whoa! You just like
Hopped through her
skull.
brain. Oh wow, she's big. I love Devil May
How
Cry
could we
big
have
segments
known
like that.
that this would be a new beginning? I wonder now if we should have foreseen this outcome, but who knew then what fate would bring? I would have liked to have delivered this message in person, to see you one final time. That, however, would have been complicated. The order to which I belong had other plans. Were you ever to leave the crystalline fortress? When it comes to you, though, it seems no fate is written in stone. It was only through my assurances that your silence could be counted upon, that either one of us still draws breath. I trust you will not make of me a liar. Were stories of what we have seen to begin to surface in the inns and taverns of Amalur, I would be asked to seek you out. And as we both know, the next time you die, there will be no return. But let us not speak of this. Your life is your own. Go now, and see what fate may bring you, or what fate you may bring. Perhaps one day in happier times, you and I will meet again. Until that day, I remain yours, Aelin Share.
Oh, that was it.
They don't explain how you necessarily got out of that
Nope.
cavern.
Who cares? You just did.
Somehow.
Okay, so there's a name we would need to look for. It is Joe Mirabello. Joe Mirabello is the developer for Tower of Guns.
There are only 3 concept artists?
They hired more ish. They probably had a lot of like
Additional
crossover
art.
stuff, yeah.
Huh.
But no, I believe he's like a tech artist or something. But Joe Mirabello is the developer slash like artist slash like...
Hey, Darkin.
Oh, really? Oh, right, he did some of the stuff for it. Mm-hmm. Maybe he's not in the credits, maybe he's somewhere else, but I don't know. I just really like Tower of Guns.
The Darkin
so
was in the credits.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
you're
looking
talking
for Joe
about
Mirabello. Problem is, I really need to pee.
Yeah, so, what'd you think? I still didn't like... Overall, the characters weren't really likable.
No. Honestly, the game felt very wooden. It's like if you... Well, actually, it is exactly what it is. It's if you had people who had never made a game before make a game. With a large amount of resources and whatnot.
Well, no. It's just that I'm just surprised that, at the end, I still didn't like Aelin, and I still thought that, what was his name, Hogarth or whatever? Agarth?
Yeah, Agarth.
Was still sort of worthless. Like, I thought that he was going to be a prominent character at the beginning when he's like, oh, I'll teach you about fate and stuff. And then he just...
Yeah, as the
faded.
plot progressed, he stopped being a character.
And then Hughes, we never really saw Hughes again either after we dealt with Octien.
Yep.
And he was the one that revived you, and I thought that he was going to be a, old mentor-y person. And then... I don't know, doing all of the faction quests... It seemed as though it didn't really change your standing in the world at all. And I did like it how there was some snarky lines you could choose, but your characters still didn't really seem that alive.
Nope. The character you played as is extremely wooden. R.A. Salvatore, Executive Creator of Worlds. I don't know. I still liked it. It was a very relaxing game to play.
I still really liked the combat. There were beautiful environments.
Yeah.
The creatures were a little copy-pasted after a while.
Incredibly copy-pasted. I think the last...
Side quests were numerous and a little tedious.
Yep. Incredibly
was
tedious.
vast.
Yeah, the world was vast. There was kind of an interesting amount of lore. And, I don't regret playing it. But I definitely do agree with a lot of people that unless you're, really into this kind of thing, there are a lot better games out there for you. Because the combat system is great. And that's part of the reason why I was kind of okay playing it. The crafting was okay, but it felt very Borderlands-y of eventually... Well, not even Borderlands-y. It was just eventually there's just this upper tier and there's no interest in, doing anything
look,
interesting.
Steve Blum was in this one, too.
Oh, shoot. I wanted to look up who is the voice for Gadflow. Because I recognized him.
Nah, I don't necessarily recognize all the... Oh, Carrie Walgren was in this. She was, Kaith in
Oh.
Guild Wars 2, I think.
Hold on.
What?
Jim Cummings is...
Oh, hey, we know him.
He was the voice of Gadflow.
Aha.
Yep.
Wait. Who was he?
Well, he's been in movies. I'm trying to figure out...
He was in Aladdin?
Hunchback of Notre Dame, Aladdin, Shrek.
As who?
What if he was,
I don't think
Like-
he'd be Jafar or anyone. Let's see.
Unfortunately, I'm on my phone, so it's not exactly...
Loading as swiftly as it could.
Well, it's slow, but also it's the IMDb mobile app, which is kind of shit. Okay. Oh, he's Pete!
Pete in what?
In, like, the Mickey Mouse series. Frequently.
Who in the world is Pete?
You know, like, Mickey Mouse
He was
is
the
kind
Legend of Korra.
Yep.
He was the lion turtle.
Okay.
In deep voices.
Okay. Random people in that. Rhino Guard in Kung Fu Panda. Let's see. One of the...
Oh. He was Hondo. Ah!
Yep. He's the voice of
the pirate
Pete.
guy.
He was in Wreck-It Ralph for a little bit. He did the narration for the Pandaren cinematic intro.
I was wanting to look at
We're getting
the
there.
Disney ones.
I didn't know there was a 2012 Thundercats.
He was in Kingdom Hearts. It was Pete again. Mass Effect 3. Erdnot Reeve.
Oh.
So he was the brother?
Yeah. Yeah, who was only around for like 10 minutes. Who else? Yeah, but no, I recognized his
Master
voice
Ori.
because he was Pete from, like, Disney series. Alright, that's enough looking at voice actors. We've fallen down that rabbit hole before. And I must have missed Joe Go By in here, which is kind of a shame, but oh well. So, I don't know. I liked the game. It just made me really want to play Fable. Because there are a lot of parallels between the two series.
I wasn't too impressed with the Fable opening that you showed me recently.
Maybe it will get better. I'm thinking of Fable 1. I know nothing about Fable 3. Because I've never played that myself. But Fable 1 has a lot of parallels.
I don't know.
And I remember it very fondly.
For me, there's different levels of fantasy and different qualities to a world that can make or break immersion.
Mm-hmm.
Because as pretty as the world of Amalur was, I didn't really like the peoples. I didn't really like the places.
To quote a guy I was talking to, you could have replaced everybody there with a block of cheese, and nothing would be different. Like, anybody that you didn't actually specifically talk to could have just been a cardboard cutout prop just standing there. And the world would have gone on all the same because they were ultimately meaningless characters. That's kind of one of the problems with NPCs, but that's kind of what everything was in Amalur. The enemies were just cardboard cutouts.
Genuinely care about NPCs and things like Guild Wars too. Even the people that you walk by that are having a random conversation amongst themselves.
But they didn't have that in this game. They didn't have any of that. There was no depth to the world. It was very just cut dry. Go here, do this. Go here, do this. And like, here are a bunch of side quests you can do.
For people.
Well, there aren't.
They've been gone for
they aren't
3
even
years.
fetch quests in this game. It's rescue quests, which is nonsense. Funny, but nonsense.
I mean, the interesting thing is, I think the main plot got buried by all of the side quests, almost.
The main plot became a side quest. Mm-hmm. Like, there was no overarching plot that you really could stay to. It was just like, go here, do this, go here, do this.
Because I liked each of the factions that we got to do things for, but I just felt like the main plot wasn't really as important as it should have been.
I still think back to the House of Ballads is probably the most interesting thing we did in this game, which is kind of a darn shame.
With the whole, taking the place of the king and the...
Yeah, it was cool. I liked it. Well, I mean, I still thought it was a good game. I think the main problem is this game rode in on the curtails of many other, like, way better things, and then couldn't decide if it wanted to be an MMO or an action RPG.
I also felt like we needed more choice.
Destiny Defiant. So we get extra bonuses. And we're in one of our random houses. I don't know which house this is. What's in the chest?
This might be the one in Melshin's Shear.
Oh, there's like random stuff in here that I can put in. Whatever, don't care. And a bed. And I can change my haircut if I really cared about it.
Nah.
Wait, I could change a lot of things about myself, actually. Neat. Not gonna do that.
Well, well, awake at last. You gave us quite a scare. But you're here and the war's all but over. So who are we to complain? I was hoping you could tell us. Sidon and I were fighting a few remaining stragglers when all of a sudden they started this unholy wailing. I guess you must have killed Gadflow, because the Tuatha started screaming and ran away. There are still a few diehards, but they don't have the fire in them, you know? Wasn't much longer before Aelin showed up carrying you over her shoulder. Told me to watch over you, make sure you were okay. She left some kind of note for you, but I know better than to read a private message from the likes of her.
He's got really silly hair.
There are still Tuatha who refuse to surrender, but yes, the war is ended. You should have seen the parade in Rathir. As for what's next, well, that's a tough question. See, a lot of the soldiers asked me for readings after the fighting ended, and try as I might, I can't see a fate for any of us.
Ooh. No, you don't want to mention Tirnock.
Good, now we're all free.
Perhaps. Freedom is a blessing, and a curse. If fate truly no longer holds sway over us, only time will tell if it is for good or ill. But regardless of what happens, Amalur and its people remain because of you. And no matter where your path leads, never forget, a person is defined by his actions. Who you are is up to you, and you alone. Go, my friend. Enjoy this world and all of its splendors. You've earned it.
Yay. I didn't expect there to be an after credits welcome.
Short scene. Yep. We also have servants and crap. Where the heck are we? Oh, we're in the...
Yeah.
Yep, we're in this town. Cool. Alright. So, you guys think this is the end of the game. I would too, except for we got 2 DLC left to do. And I hope they're a hell of a lot shorter than that was, because this game drags on forever. But at least we finished the main plot before 100 episodes, which I think I made a sarcastic remark about 60 episodes ago. Well, we'll see you guys on the next episode of Kingdoms of Amalur, and we will be starting off with the Teeth of Naros. See you guys then.